aprayatnātprayatnādvā mūḍho nāpnoti nirvṛtam tattvaniścayamātreṇa prājño bhavati nirvṛtaḥ. The fool does not attain tranquility either by action or by inaction. The wise man becomes tranquil merely by knowing the truth. Fool referred here is a jiva who is full of desires, attachments, and passion. Whether he takes up action in spiritual path in the way of austerities, rituals, other devotional pursuits, or he resorts to inaction like fasting, silence, recluse, etc. Or in the worldly level, he takes up actions in many ways to attain peace. In none of the above, action or inaction, the foolish person, as explained above, cannot attain permanent tranquility, because he has not conquered his desires, his attachments, his ego. As long as ego is not removed, any action or any inaction can at best give a very temporary satisfaction when the ego is suppressed temporarily. A wise man, on the other hand, irrespective of whether his BMI acts or does not act, he always abides in self and is ever in peace. He has transcended his body, mind, intellect. He has transcended his ego. Whether a person is realized or not, the truth is that the very nature of human being is ananda or bliss. When one's ego takes upper hand due to ignorance of one's real nature, then his real nature, the bliss, is gone. But when one takes up a spiritual path with a clear goal of realizing God, endows himself with the wealth of sadhana chatushtaya, approaches a guru, takes spiritual instructions from guru, and engages fully in Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, he attains realization one day, on a day, in one birth. Once he realizes his real nature, his ego has been transcended. He just exists in his true nature, bliss. This true nature is independent of what he does or what he does not do, what the world does to him or the world does not do to him. Actually, when one attains realization, the state of his existence can never be expressed in any way. It is not bliss also. It is not tranquility also. Upon realizing self, when the rishis of yore started writing Upanishads, then at best they could relate to the highest degree of happiness only for expressing that state. So they wrote, he is ever tranquil, or he is in Ananda, Satchitananda. At best only that Ananda or bliss or tranquility could be expressed for that state, whereas in that state there can be no expression to explain or express about that state at all. Because for experiencing bliss, there has to be an awareness at human level. Only with the BMI, one can experience happiness or tranquility or bliss or whatever you call. Whereas in the state of abidance in self, he transcends the awareness of awareness. He transcends all thoughts. As the sage from Ananda Kutir wrote, even Satchit Ananda is a provisional definition for expressing that state, because that state can never be expressed. This line that state can never be expressed, this line can also be validated or known fully only when one actually abides in self. There is zero thought. There is zero awareness of any feeling or any experience. Then how can he say that I am in bliss? But it is understandable and it is justifiable for rishis to write that it is the stage of tranquility, because there can be no other expression, or they should have just be silent, or instead of the Ashtavakra Gita book, the papers would be blank. Then there is no benefit for the mumukshu sadhakas for centuries to come. So at human level, they could at best express that it is the state of supreme bliss. Having said that, even to reach that state of uninterrupted supreme bliss, even that is rarest of rare attainment for a human being. Having poured to this level, there is no urge to look into the commentary also today. Hari Om Tat Sat.